How to report old rape, October 18th, 2018. I just want to give my ideas on how to report a rape that happened a long time ago. It would be nice if someone actually went out to the police station to find out exactly what questions would be asked and how to report a rape. It would be even better, YouTube video, is if someone go down with a rape victim and videotape them as they are doing their rape reporting to see how cops react and see what questions would be asked, etc. I'm making this video because there are still women who think it's too late to report even after the Christine Blasey Ford debacle. The hashtag why I didn't report should be replaced with the hashtag why you should report. I believe that many of the rapists are serial rapists. The reason why you must report rape is because it's not likely that you are the first and the last of his victims. Maybe if it happened when you were 15 and he was 16, he may have realized what he had done was wrong and he may never do it again. But most of these stories I've read under the hashtag why I didn't report are from actual serial rapists and possibly serial killers. If the rapist threatened your life or the life of your family, then it's not just a report of rape. It's a threat to do bodily harm, a different crime completely. These type of people are psychopaths and possibly serial killers. If he threatened to kill you and you gave in to sex, what did he do to the girl he threatened to kill, but she didn't give in to sex? Did he just walk away and let her go? Or did he kill her? Do you really believe you are the first and the last one of his victims? If you really believed he learned his lesson from raping you, then you probably don't need to report it. If you're absolutely sure he's not going to do it to anyone else, then don't bother reporting it. The thing about Christine Blasey Ford is if Kavanaugh really did what she said, he probably did it to others. We all know that it's 1% of the rich that are ruling over the rest of us. I believe it's 1% of the men that are raping 99% of the women. I don't believe every man is a rapist. The same man who raped you probably raped women before you and will probably rape women after you until he is caught or somehow finds Jesus. This is why it's necessary to report every single rape and attempted rape. Because of fear, you gave in to his threats and intimidation. But what about the women who didn't give in? Were they beat up or killed? You feared that he would kill you. What do you think he did to the other women? It doesn't matter if it was a long time ago. It doesn't matter if you don't know his name. It doesn't matter if you don't remember any of the details. It doesn't matter if you don't remember what he looked like. Most rapists and serial killers are caught because of their MOs. The police build the case against the rapist by the testimony of all the witnesses who come forward. The MO is what city the rapist does his dirty work. What time of day or night. Most rapists are caught by what they said to the person. If the rapist said, begin quote, the big bosom lady with the Dutch accent, end quote, then the rapist is either Rod Stewart or somebody who plagiarized his work. Now, Rod Stewart is famous and there's probably people plagiarizing his words. But rapists are not famous and there's nobody plagiarizing their words. Police generally know who the rapist is, the serial rapist is, by the words he said when he raped a victim. Try to remember exactly what he said and try not to exaggerate any of the words to get more sympathy. Remember how he said the words. Did he have an accent? Did he speak in clear English? Did he whisper or shout the words? These are the details that will determine who the rapist is. If you don't remember what he looked like, try to remember each feature. What color of hair? Was he bald? Did he have a receding hairline? Did he have straight or curly hair? You don't remember because he was wearing a hat? What did the hat look like? How about his face? Did he have a mustache, beard, goatee, 5 o'clock shadow, or was he clean shaven? Did he have any identifying marks, tattoos, scars, beauty marks? How tall was he? How much did he weigh? Was he fatter than George Costanza but skinnier than Newman? Or was his body type more like Seinfeld or Kramer? What about body hair? Did he have a hairy chest, back, knuckles, or groin area? Was he circumcised? It's an embarrassing question, but it helps identify the rapist. I'm surprised women were shocked that cops asked how big the guy's penis was. They were offended and they didn't want to file a report. You know, my rapist was flat-chested. So not only that cuts out 3/4 of the women in the United States, it also makes the possibility that it wasn't even a woman. It could have been a man dressed as a woman. Good thing a man had told me to check for an Adam's apple before you talk to a woman in LA. If they have an Adam's apple, they're not a woman, they're a dude. What about his clothing? What kind of shoes was he wearing? Did he drive a car? What kind of car? What color of car? Any dents, rust, or identifying bumper stickers? It's never too late to report the rape. You can always write a letter to the city where the rape happened in. Include all the details you can think of. I would send a certified letter and keep a copy of it, or maybe several copies, to make sure they got it, and write down the name of the police officer who signed for the letter. Include some kind of reference number on the letter if you decide to write the letter anonymously, because it should be reported. Even if it's anonymous, you're giving details to the police. It's making you feel better. The police have cold cases that they may have been working on for 20 or 30 years. In the beginning of the letter, you may want to explain why you're writing the letter and why police should file it in a database. There might be a serial killer 20 years ago that was unsolved because all they know about the killer is a little red truck was seen leaving the murder scene. If coincidentally the guy who raped you drove a little red truck and you were raped in the same city as the serial killer, the police may want to talk to you further. All these little pieces of evidence connects the dots that lead to the serial rapist or killer. It's surprising how many of the serial killers actually had girlfriends that they date raped, but they never reported it. If all you know is the city that you were raped in and it was 1979 or 80, your info can still help the police. They are probably looking for a serial rapist that was on the loose in 1979 or 80 in that city. They may be able to bring up some pictures of suspects that they had back then to see if they can refresh your memory. One woman on Twitter said it was a different country and that's why she didn't report it. She was met by strangers when she got off the plane, and they promised her a job modeling, and they raped her. She's no longer in that country, but she could still write a letter to the police station in that country. Is she really foolish enough to believe that she was the first and last victim? Does she not care about others? These people sounded like professional rapists to me. There's probably hundreds of victims who never came forward because they were in a different country. It's almost as if this woman is teaching men how to rape women at the airport, because they're never going to report it. Just think if every single woman reported her rape. How many MOs would there be where the woman said, begin quote, "I don't remember much. It was in California. It was 37 years ago. He was drinking with his buddy. He put his hand over my mouth," end quote. Well, that sounds like the MO of Kavanaugh. If anything, writing a letter to report the rape is good therapy. You can't be sued by giving the name of the person who think is your rapist to the police department. If the police believe they have enough evidence to try the case, they will release his name to the media, and they risk the lawsuits.